crazy Hispanics. Crazy Hispanics. Are there not fucking crazy Hispanics at the Spurs game? They're called the fucking Jackals, dude. And being a crazy Hispanic at a Spurs game is not a bad thing. Had she said, like, look at all these wild beaners.
Oof.
You know?
Yeah, that would be that's a bad time.
Look at all these undocumented Mexicans, you know? Bunch of illegals. Now, how she said that? Hispanics is the respectable term for it's the ethnic term for the race or whatever. It's not even a race, it's an ethnicity.
Yeah.
So she was being respectful in that sense. Also, how can they afford it? I think the same thing too. How can they afford to be here? It's not cheap to go to a Spurs game.
Yeah.
You know, I say the same thing. How can they afford to be here? All these crazy Hispanics.
Local comedian canceled on own podcast.
I said Hispanics. Not you broke ass, beaner ass.
Oh, somehow that's going to get attributed to me.
You not only rambled, but you rumbled and stumbled.
What'd you do last night?
3 shows here.
Oh, you were here last night?
Yeah.
How'd it go here?
It was good. This is the first time I've been on like a normal show.
Like
here
a showcase?
where-
What do you mean?
No, like where it's host, feature, headliner.
Oh, okay.
Like the Friday night. That was great.
You hosted or you featured?
I hosted.
Okay.
And then
Was it Jared Moore?
Yeah,
again?
Jarrett Moore, which I did not know he was in San Antonio. Like I've never met him or seen him. That dude is hilarious.
So funny, dude.
That was insane. And I was gonna tell. It's funny. I'm gonna be at Deco on Friday, and I was gonna tell Mary. I'm like, you should talk to this guy. And then I looked at her website. He's up next month.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, way to be ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
And then Caleb Sinan.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's hilarious. Like
Yeah,
that is.
funny guy.
I was talking to somebody last night where I'm like, I love coming here because there's so many people that are hilarious that I'm not familiar with from around the country. So I think they do a great job of bringing people in. That was great. The 9 o'clock was insane. Like from host through final comic, everybody was on their game. Like the crowd was loving it. Like that, some of the loudest laughs I've heard. That was awesome. And then the 11 o'clock, smaller crowd. Yeah, smaller
The late
crowd,
shows
but-
are usually like smaller, but
Yeah.
like they're a little bit more fun because
Yeah.
like the audience is a little loose. They
Yeah.
came in like pre-partied
Yes.
a little bit,
Yeah.
and so that's usually the late night showcases when I like try some new stuff or just like you know, be a little avant-garde with it or whatever.
Yes,
but
that is what I call myself. Avant-garde.
avant-garde.
Yeah, no, it was still like really fun. Like they had a good time. They were all laughing.
Yeah.
I think a couple was about to make a child after the show. So
Nice.
it was a good like 6 hours of comedy.
It's always
Great.
crazy in this room. Like I've seen it packed out, and then I've seen it where it's just like 10
A smattering. Yeah.
10 people, and those 10 people are having a blast.
Yes. Yeah. and
Like
that's-
collectively more than like the bigger group
Yeah.
was. Even though like they both like had a good time, it's somehow like the smaller group seemed to have more fun. On average, like because sometimes when it's a small crowd, they're just like, well, I'm not gonna laugh louder.
Yes.
Like
yeah,
I'm not gonna
it's
be the loud
fear
laugh guy.
of laughing when there aren't that many other people. But yeah, like it's so weird that like such small shows can be so much fun because I think you're probably a little bit looser.
Yeah.
Because you're like. I always want to do, best I can for every show, but when it's fewer people, you are willing to take more chances or try stuff out or like, interact more with the crowd.
Yeah.
So you can end up having some really good moments. And if they're there to have a good time, it's fun for the room no matter how many people are there.
Yeah, for sure. It's cool, man. Yeah, like you're one of those like how you said about Jared Moore, like oh you never know when he's in town. Like you're the same type of person. I always think you're on the road. Like when I see you, it's like oh damn he's in town because you tour a lot with
Eric Eaton. Yeah.
the comic magician. How are those shows? Because like you work with him a lot, but you
Yeah.
also work with like not that he's not a comedian, he's more magician, but he's funny.
Yeah.
So he's a funny magician. But how are those shows different from like a straight up stand up lineup?
Yeah. I think the interesting thing is working with him. Like, so if we do a show, Sometimes the headliner won't get there until after the feature's already on, because they can just show up, go up, boom, done.
Yeah.
Eric gets to the club like 3 hours before doors open. He's setting up the stage.
He has a lot to
like
set up.
building. Yeah, he's got a ton of stuff with him. He also realistically over prepares. Like he has stuff like, oh, if something doesn't work, or if like the crowd doesn't respond the same way, like I want to have more stuff. So like he does a ton of setup, and then the actual show itself. It's interesting because a lot of people. They look at it as a show or like an experience as opposed to like a comedy show. Yeah. So I think they have different expectations. So it's always interesting because I go up, I'm just doing stand up, and you look at people's faces and they're like, "What? I'm pull a rabbit
Where's
out
the
or
rabbit?
whatever." Yeah, exactly. And so
Guess my card. Guess my card.
yeah. And so then they're like, okay, cool, we're gonna laugh. And so I kind of break them a little bit, get them used to humor. And then he goes up, he does tricks. Like he's a multi-award winning magician.
Yeah.
Like he's on a TV show
That
for
Merlin?
magicians.
The Merlin Award?
Well,
or
yeah,
award?
the Merlin Award, which is
Merlin.
basically like the Oscar for
Magic.
magicians.
Yeah.
But like he's won it 3 times.
Yeah.
He's on a TV show for just magic, no comedy. So like he's got a following just for his magic. Dude is incredibly talented. But he's also so quick on his feet, like just firing stuff off. So there will be times where like just some simple tricks, and then people are like, ah, ha, ha, ha. And then he'll do something, and the whole crowd's like, well, how did he just do that? And like every night after the show, people are coming up like, hey, where did the card go? Like what happened? So like they're still like blown away by his magic, but the comedy is just so much fun. And it's a ton of audience interaction, but it's built around his tricks. Like he builds tricks specifically to engage with the audience or get volunteers, stuff like that. So it's a ton of fun. Like he's one of the best I've seen, and I'm not just kissing his ass because I work with him, but like people have so much fun at his shows, which I think is the point of going out. You want to have fun, and then they laugh, and they're like, "I'll be honest, you were a lot funnier than I expected."
Yeah.
So that's cool to see, and then people are there, like they're happy I'm there too because they're like, "Yeah, we just came out for a magic show, but this was really funny."
Is that more stressful for you to prepare for, like, since the audience they're going there for a magic show?
Yeah.
That just happens to be funny. You have no tricks.
Yeah.
You're doing no magic. And they're just like, come on, enough with the words.
Yes, like, dude, Yeah.
Did you have that kind of like stress about it, or are you just like go with it? I'm just gonna do what I do.
Yeah, I think when I started, like the first show I ever did with him, I was too ignorant to be afraid. I was just like, cool, I get to go do my jokes, sweet. And then when you start to get into it and you get some blank stares with stuff that works everywhere else, I'm just like, oh, okay, this is different.
Yeah.
So I did start to think about like, okay, cool, I'm going to do just maybe some of my more like neutral stuff, that this is something everybody can be on board with. And I actually developed a trick. It's really just a joke, but I have a visual. So that helps. And like, that's what I'll do. Like I'll do like 5 minutes now. And then I'll address it. I'll be like, hey, I'm looking around, and a lot of y'all are like, isn't this supposed to be a magic show? And so I'm like, yep, Eric's coming out, very talented magician. I'm just here to help y'all warm up. And then I'll do like, hey, would it be all right if I did my magic trick for you? And then they're like, oh, yeah. And then I just do something really stupid, and they're like, nah, okay. And then just do more. So at that point, they kind of get it like, all right, cool, we can laugh at this stuff. Like, this is what the night's going to be about. But yeah, I do have to, like when it's just stand up, they know what they're here for.
Exactly. Yeah.
These people think it's just magic. They're not thinking about laughter. I'm like, we're in a comedy club. But they're not thinking about it like that.
See, it would be the same thing. Like I know, like they sometimes like bands they'll take comics on the road to open up, and they're like, "No, play Skinner." You know, like dude, we want music.
Yeah.
I wonder how like if the audience that goes to these Eric Eaton shows, if they're just like, "Well, we want tricks, dude. I didn't come here for your thoughts. I want tricks."
There are definitely those people, but they eventually like they'll warm up, they'll get into it, and I think I've had some people tell me after the show when we're doing the goodbyes and whatever, they'll come up and they're like, I get it now. I thought this was just a magic show.
Yeah.
Like I understand you were helping us understand what it is.
But you're doing these shows at comedy clubs, right? Like because there are some like magic Magic Comedy Dinner Theater or whatever.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But they're going to a comedy club.
Y'all are at the Funny Bone right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is for jokes.
This is for jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The magic is extra.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah, pretty much.
Magic's not supposed to be here. That's a bonus for
Yeah,
y'all
exactly.
tonight. That's cool, man. Dude, like, yeah, we've all bombed before, right? I mean, some more than others.
How dare you.
Last night I had the worst, not the worst, interesting experience.
All right.
I did the pasta punchline thing at Little Italy,
Yeah.
Bobby's show, whatever. First show, my energy was off. I took a nap too close to the show time. It really fucked me up. I don't.
No, sorry. That's such a real thing.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like it takes me a long time to shut down. So, it was an accidental nap. I caught myself sleeping.
Oh, no. Is this the nighttime?
Yes, dude. So like, I woke up in a panic, fully like from a shutdown to like, oh shit, I'm late. So the first show had that kind of energy. Was still fun. Was still good. Good laughter. Good rapport. Whatever. And so I was like, and then we did 2 shows back to back. The second show, I got a little bit something to eat. I was more energized, more awake. I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking get them, dude.
Yeah.
I got everything's right now. And then to set up 3 tables or 3 rows of tables, packed out room, maybe over like 75 people, whatever. And then the first table is the only table laughing. Like
no.
literally. Like everybody else is just like staring at me. I'm just like, did I run over your dog or something, dude? And I'm just like, half hour. I had to do a half hour
Of 1/3 of the audience being into the show.
to the point where I was just talking to them.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, y'all are just gonna get my side profile. y'all could leave if y'all want to. And I'm just like directing to them. And I'm just like, why? Like, because obviously, I've bombed where the whole room doesn't like me. I understand
cool.
that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I'm off. I'm not doing it right. When, a row of people are digging it, it confuses me so much.
Yeah.
How come nobody else is even,
It's like
little chuckles?
the flyer got cut off for the other 2/3 of the audience. They just saw pasta.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
here for punchlines.
Yeah,
I want
dude.
spaghetti.
Yeah, and so we did say pasta and punchline. We said punchlines and pasta. Pasta is a bonus. But that was such a weird thing to me because I've had rooms where like crickets.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, everybody hates me. It doesn't make sense and also the way it was set up. Like had they all been in a crowd. It would have like balanced out the silence and the laughter, but because it's so, you could pinpoint who's fucking with you, who's not fucking with you, and then the not fucking with me is just like, come on, man, what are we doing?
Were they like that the whole night, or was it just you?
No, the second show was they were all tight.
Sorry. Okay, yeah, I meant like for the other comics. Was it 1/3 was into the whole show and 2/3 were hating everything?
Yeah. It was pretty much everybody got the same reaction with these 2 tables, and I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was like was it too bright, too dark. I don't know what it was. A little bit older crowd on the second show, but
All right.
but it's so crazy how like just they're fun. And so when I'll catch somebody laughing, I was like,
Gotcha.
you're in the no laughing section.
You're gonna have to move over here
You're
now.
gonna have to move over here. But what's so funny is like, because I'll do this like passive aggressive, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'll do this thing like, hey, I need y'all after the show to get each other's information and practice being a comedy audience. Because y'all are so bad at this. And that got everybody laughing. I was like, I'm glad that y'all could take the bullshit, that like the shit talking that I'm giving to you, because y'all suck as a comedy audience, dude.
Like a lot of we say it's supposed to be like, hey, it's not the audience's fault, it's our fault if they're not laughing. It seems like last night was the audience's fault.
I mean, it could have been mine. I'll take some responsibility, but actually, like it's a dance. Like you gotta give me something, I'm giving you everything. You gotta.
So do you? Because I've heard different people talk about this a different way. Do you look at it? A show as a dance? Do you look at it as a competition where like I'm trying to make you laugh, you're trying not to laugh? Like, how do you view shows?
I view it as a group activity. We're here to participate together. That whole competition thing, that makes sense, but I don't get to that point until like mid show where I'm just like, oh, y'all came to challenge me. Like y'all came not to laugh.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they expect like, oh, he better work hard because we're just not gonna give it up. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's supposed to be like a group thing.
We're
like,
we're all in this together.
yeah, like
yeah.
this is what we all signed up for, and you're here for it. You know.
Yeah.
Like that's why like comedy clubs, comedy rooms, comedy clubs are a lot easier than bars, especially like open mics or like just guerrilla shows where they just show up, pop-up shows and stuff, where we surprise people with the comedy show. Like it's when like they're well aware that this is a comedy. We didn't surprise them.
You paid for a ticket.
You paid for a ticket.
You came out. You dressed up
paid
for
a
this event.
ticket. Yeah, you did all this stuff. Like I've been places, even concerts where I'm not like 100% digging it, but I'm just like, it took me a lot to be here. I'm gonna just fake it a little bit, you know.
Sway
I'm
a
gonna
little.
give it in a little
Yeah.
bit, you know. Like give me that. Give me the like. You fake it a little bit. But it was so weird because I felt pretty good about the first show, even though my energy was off.
Yeah.
So I was like, you always think like you're gonna ramp up.
Yes.
Like
Yeah, you're building.
it could only
Yeah,
get better. You know, it could only get better. And they just were not fucking with me.
Man.
When I did get them, I got like my closure. It got everybody, so that was
That's
kind of
good.
cool. But it took for 30 minutes to get that type of response. I was like, "Whoa, dude!"
A lot of foreplay. Did anybody say anything after the show? Like, because I've done shows, like especially with Eric, like we'll talk about it after the show. Like that was kind of weird, and then there will be a line of like 150 people, like, "Oh my gosh, that was such a great show." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Tell your face."
Yeah. No, we did have. Well, it was a weird setup because so the stage. I don't know how to. It's a square room. The stage is by the bathrooms. The exit's on the opposite side.
Okay.
So nobody has to. And our the green room is just 4 chairs lined up in the corner right
Love
next
it.
to the stage.
Yes.
No coverage. We're just fully exposed
All right.
to the tables. We're just sitting there like, I'm ready to tell my jokes anytime. Not yet.
Is it my turn yet?
Is it my turn yet? So, because usually at a comedy show, after the end of the show, we'll go out towards the exit, and they got to walk past us, either make awkward eye contact or no eye contact, just act like they don't see us, walk right past us, or someone will stop by and say, "Oh, good show, thanks for coming," blah blah blah, whatever. So they were closer to the exit than they were to us. They didn't have to like interact with us and stuff.
Okay.
So we had some people after both shows to walk to our green room corner and go, "Oh man, that's so fun! Thanks for coming out." Blah blah blah. Yeah, whatever. But not maybe 5 out of the 75 people that were there were like just whatever. And it is what it is, man. It was a fun experience. I got to run my half hour, a couple of my half hours, because I'm trying to close out more. But I was just like, damn, dude, what was it? How come y'all didn't like me? And then when you hear people go like, so fun, that was such a fun show, I was like, I didn't even think you enjoyed any of it.
Yeah.
I'm glad the food was good. Did you enjoy the food?
The pasta was really good. Punchlines were also
And I
okay.
think pasta, that's a heavy meal for
It
a
is.
comedy
It's
show.
a lot of carbs.
A lot of carbs for a comedy show. There's the pasta, lots of bread. So, I mean, you got to keep it light. If you get finger foods, popcorn maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, pasta and punchlines. I mean, you got to bring the punchlines because the pasta's got to knock them out.
That's heavy, especially if they're doing it like up front.
Yeah.
So, because like they're eating before the show, I'm guessing, or like at the beginning of the show.
No, they eat first. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's all, by the time you're up, it's all settled. So they're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. They got and it was buffet style, so they were like, yeah.
Okay.
Portion control was in their
Yeah,
hands.
they could as much as they want.
Yeah. So that's what I'm blaming it on. It was the pasta.
There you go.
It was the pasta,
It's
not
never
the
me.
not the
It is the
punchline.
pasta. Yep. There you
Yeah,
go.
dude. But that was still a fun
Right on.
experience. You got more road shows coming? You gonna do more tours with Eric?
I'm actually I'm working with Eric, but it's actually going to be here, not here, but here San Antonio. So Friday I'm headlining Deco. Saturday I'm doing Alamo Biscuit Company, and then Sunday Eric and I will be at Upstage. And then later this year, I am going to be doing some more dates with Eric. I'm going to do some in Ohio, Philadelphia, Virginia, South Carolina. So I'll be getting out a little bit more. Yeah.
That's dope, dude. I want to travel more. I just can't afford it, man.
Yeah.
My damn job.
If it weren't for, the whole bills thing, I
Yeah.
would love to just travel because it is, I mean, And Eric, I think Eric is great because he helps a lot more than other folks I've heard of
Yeah.
on trips. But it is generally when I'm looking at these, it's like, okay, how much am I going to break even? How much am I going to lose?
Yeah.
Like, so it's a calculated risk essentially, but trying to build up, you know, if I can get some followers, if I can sell a little bit of merch, maybe if I can do well with the club, they keep me in mind, that kind of stuff. And some of them, like, it's one of my bucket list goals. I'd like to perform in all 50 states. Like, I think that would just be a cool thing to say. So performing in Virginia and South Carolina, I've never done that before. So there's 2 more states checked off. Going to Ohio, I'm probably going to hang out there for like an extra week to see family and friends and stuff. So you kind of do mental math with things. But yeah, I mean, bills, man. Like, I think everybody assumes if they see a comedian, this is their full-time job. They
Yeah.
don't do anything else.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
realistically,
Nah, man.
95% of people are doing something else. And even if they don't have a full-time job, they're doing DoorDash, Uber, whatever. Because yeah, we gotta pay these
Gotta
bills,
supplement the income, man.
man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's the tough part. Like, I did the tour in January, 8 days, and used up all my PTO. And I'm just like, well, I can't go on the road anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because it's a goddamn job. But yeah, man, it sucks, man. Because you got to go on the road. I mean, like,
Yeah.
What's tough about this now with the San Antonio scene is like, and I go back and forth about how I feel about this for myself. It's like, well, I could get up every night and perform.
Yeah.
Am I going to be okay with that? Am I going to be satisfied with that? I'm trying to come to terms with like, well, do I have to go on the road? I mean, yeah, you should want to go on the road, but like, if I could perform every night, especially in a place like this where it's like it's a tourist spot.
Yeah.
So it's all new audiences
Yeah.
every night, pretty much. We have some regulars here. I'm starting to notice that, but for the most part, it's their first time seeing you,
Yeah.
and they're coming to you. Well, not
Yes.
to me, but they're coming
Yeah,
to
yeah.
this comedy club rather than like you going to their town, their stuff. So I go back and forth of like, and I was also trying to just make myself not disappointed in the fact that I can't tour
Yeah.
or travel as much as I would like.
Yeah.
That we have this situation now, because before this club opened up, I mean, we didn't really have that type of situation, you know, like Laugh Out Loud, the big club that we have here. It's an improv club, but it's still the local.
It's the local club.
Comedy club.
Yeah.
You know, same thing with Upstage. It's the local comedy club. Like, people don't come into town to go to Laugh Out Loud.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have people drive in from like nearby cities.
Yes.
But like, will you come here like, oh, from Michigan, from, you know, Ohio, you know, like different people visiting, and they just decided like, oh, there's a comedy club downtown.
Yeah.
Let's go check that out. You know, do something touristy thing.
Yeah. Like, that was last night. The host asked, like, hey, how many people are from here? And it was like 15. He's like, who's from out of town? And the rest of the room just goes nuts.
Yeah.
And you've got people like, oh, Miami, Chicago, like literally all over the country. So now you have a good set. They see you, they like you. Now suddenly you've got fans in other cities, which I think is good, because if you get to the point like you're talking about where, hey, I am able to tour, then you say, hey, I'm going to be in these cities. Those people are following you. You're like, oh yeah, I saw you at the
you in San
Riverwalk.
Antonio.
Let me come check that out. Tell people about it. So I think this is a huge opportunity because, yeah, if you're just doing shows at LOL or Upstage here, like, it's amazing. You're going to get new people. We're now the 6th biggest city in the country. So there's a lot of people here. But I will get, you know, people that have seen me before. They're like, oh, hey, yeah, like, good job again. Like, or, oh, I like that new joke. I'm like, yeah, I did only do like 1 or 2 new things. The last time I was here. Where this, you can do the same. I'm not saying always do this, but you can do the same set every night. And realistically, it's a brand new audience for all of those jokes every night. But then you can kind of slip in those 1 or 2 things that you're trying to work on, and if it doesn't go as well as you want, hop back into the oldie but goodie, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really cool opportunity, and I think that's another nice thing, because these type of audiences allows you to see oh, the stuff that, oh, I know this works. I'm like, it works in San Antonio at this particular place you've been doing it. If it doesn't work for these people, realistically, it's not going to work if you go on the road. And so that forces you to look at how you're writing, what you're writing, which I think is another cool kind of like exercise for comics here as well.
Yeah, for sure. It's a big benefit, like that. We're like a touristy spot and all that stuff. And 8 years into this, I just realized the other day, like last week sometime, big old group of family came out from out of town, and they were just like, they enjoyed the show. They were so excited that you take me, for instance, like for example, you take it for granted that these people come out, and that this might be their first time ever stepping foot in a comedy club.
Yep.
Seeing stand up in real life, not on their phones, not on TV. Like, this is an experience for them that they'll probably hold on for the rest of their lives.
Yep.
And I say we, but like I took it for granted, like, oh, these people just do this all the time.
Yeah.
These people are comedy club, comedy show goers. They do this on the regular, and then I just realized that this group of family, they had the best time. They had such a fun thing. They took pictures. They made memories.
Yep.
They made memories of a night that I'm just going like, oh, I'm fat. You know, like it's crazy. And I think I don't know if it's just me. I didn't grasp that concept of this is their first experience of stand up until just recently.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's amazing. How like and you take on a bit of like a responsibility.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Because for those people, what they see, they're going to think moving forward, this is what a comedy show is. So if, like, I'll be honest, I did a show, there were literally 2 audience members, and they said that was their first comedy show ever. It's like, I'll be honest, like, this is kind of what it's like we're going to tell jokes, but we sat down and talked to you one-on-one. Probably won't be like that most of the time.
Yeah.
But like, for the people that came here last night for the 9 o'clock, in their head, they're like, I'm gonna. If you go to a comedy show, there's gonna be like 6 comics. They're gonna be the funniest people you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Laughter is gonna be explosive. Like, it is the most incredible night of your life, and like, that's an amazing thing. But other people, if they were here for the 11 o'clock, where it was a much smaller audience, if somebody went up, didn't really care, didn't really try, they threw it away. They're like, why would you ever go to a comedy show? It's horrible. The comedians don't care. It's not fun. Like, you gotta like do that thing. Like, you have to give everything for every show, because it could be their first experience at a comedy show, and you don't want it to be their last.
No, you want to make a good impression, because even though you're a local comic and open mic or whatever, like, you're giving them what comedy is, and you're trying to convince them like this is a real art form, or this is really something that people should be supporting. Support the live arts and all that stuff. And people, like, if you don't impress them, that might be it.
Yes.
You ruined comedy for them.
Yeah, which is such a wild...
It's a wild thing.
Yeah, it's like, it's this huge responsibility on your shoulders of that you set the tone.
Yeah, but I think that's maybe not healthy, but that is a good... You should feel responsible.
Yeah.
You should feel pressure.
Yeah.
That to be the best, do the best for these people, because it's your job to convince them not only that you're funny, but that stand-up comedy
is funny,
is a valid thing to spend money on, especially if they're spending money.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen people just like fumble the bag, or like just not give a shit when people are paying to go see their shows. Like, try a little, or why even show up if you're not gonna like turn it on a little bit when people are paying ticket prices. Like $10, $25.
Any amount of money. Like, not everybody's doing great right now, so paying any amount of money, like, this is still a big thing. And I think the other thing, and this is probably with any art form, is you never know who's watching or what happens. Like, I've done shows with 15 people in the crowd, and somebody got booked for a gig that flew them across the country and paid them a good amount of money, because they're like, oh, hey, you did this thing. We have a group of people that did that thing. Come perform for those people. Or like, people have talked about like, hey, just there was a booker for or a manager of somebody that came to the Tobin, and they were at an open mic, saw somebody like, you're really funny. Do you want to do a guest spot on this show with the Tobin? Like, you never know who's going to be there, or like, oh, hey, there have been shows here where there were celebrities in the audience because their friend was performing. They saw them. They've got 1 million followers and they tweet about, hey, I think they're funny. Suddenly you've got more notoriety. Like, there's so many opportunities.
Yeah.
I'm not saying every show is going to be that.
But it could.
Yes.
It could. I mean, stuff like that pops up all the time. Like, it could be that big, or even like when if I hang out after a show, like Friday, for instance, I hosted. Yeah, Friday. I hosted the 7 p.m. show, the headliner show, and then I was going to do the showcase at the 9 o'clock. And I was just outside hanging out, and a couple that was in the 7 o'clock show, they just came out and saw me. We just chopped it up a little bit, and they were so impressed. They were so impressed about the room. They're here, like their kid was in like an archery tournament, and so they had to bring the kid down. Kids doing their thing. They didn't want to chaperone. They went to go do adult nights. They're doing it's a date night, adult night, whatever. And they were like so impressed. They came back to the second show because they're like, man, this was like a good experience. And I was just like, dude, like that's mind blowing that you would spend like your whole night, like, I mean, they do get a discount if you come to the second show, which is a good idea.
Yes.
If you want to do multiple shows, okay, we'll give you a discount here and there, but the fact that they will do that, I mean, that just tells me alone, like, man, like, but we did a good job.
Yeah.
Such a good job that they want more.
Yeah.
They want to come back, and they're coming back immediately.
I mean, if you want to tell people about it, we're helping the economy. Honestly,
Yeah.
we did such
You're
a
welcome,
good
San
job.
Antonio.
Yeah, we're propping y'all up. Yeah, we did such a good job. People came back and gave more money, but really, like, I mean, I like to make it about me, so I think it is good. Like, we are helping. Like, this is now a thing. Like, we're helping with the downtown economy. We're bringing people in. Like, we're bringing people to a central location. People have jobs because of this, and like, we are kind of we're representatives of the riot of comedy of San Antonio, of all of these things to try and help bring this in. So it is like, I do feel like we should have some sense of responsibility. If I have a bad set, I'm not going to collapse the economy. I'll go to bed thinking I did. If I bombed, I'm like, oh my God, America's going into recession and it's
the
my
end of the
fault.
world.
I am so sorry, everyone. But like, we're helping. Like, us coming and do this thing is bringing people in and having people spend money, but have a good time and hopefully continue doing that. So like, it's a cool opportunity for us.
It's a cool thing to realize that you are connecting that. Like, we want to we do it for, the validation, self-validation.
Yes.
We do it for, to feel good about ourselves.
Correct.
It's a selfish thing. It's a selfish thing that we do.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, hey, man, like, we really impacted somebody's life. And maybe not like on a big scale, but
No, it was at that big of a scale.
yeah,
For sure.
We changed somebody's life.
Yes.
Like,
We were the difference.
It is interesting, but like going back to the pasta and punchline thing, when they're not having a good time, I do feel I feel bad.
You feel responsible.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I ruined your life. But at the same time, I was like, you got to take some responsibility about your own self.
This is also on you. Like, a little bit me, but mostly you. This is your fault. Don't put this on me.
Yeah, last night when I was like wrapping up the second show, I was like, hopefully one day you will learn how to laugh.
Yeah, maybe those people, they look you up or something, they see you're here, they come down to this show, and they are at a show where people are laughing, you're like, oh, this is what we're supposed to do at a comedy show.
Like, oh, wow, they're laughing.
Wow, okay. You're not as bad as I thought you were.
Yeah, it was the pasta.
Yeah.
Dude. So, all right. I sent you that thing, that whole with the Spurs thing. I don't know when I'm jumping to that. Because you kept saying about the economy, and again, stuff is expensive. Stuff is expensive. I really didn't get your take on that because I showed you what I'm talking about. So there was a viral tweet, and I'm upset about it for what a tweet.
No, just here. It's a viral tweet.
Or viral TikTok rather. Sorry, it's not a tweet. I'm not on TikTok. I haven't seen the original post because I don't want to give it any plays. I don't need any help, whatever. But okay, so. At the Spurs game this past week, somebody took a video of, they call her a racist grandma, just whatever, tweeting or texting.
Yeah.
Private texting a friend, a family member, something, about the Spurs game, about the audience members at the Spurs game. Her text read something like, "A lot of crazy Hispanics." Okay.
Like, how can they afford these tickets?
Yeah, a lot of Hispanics. How can they afford it? Which, first thing about we'll talk about what she was typing or texting, but the fact that I'm upset at the fact that somebody was recording her private conversation, her private text message to whoever about whatever, and then they posted that just for the clips, just to rile, like make people angry about calling out people for being racist or whatever. How come nobody's upset about her invasion of privacy?
I get it because
we'll get into what she was typing.
Yeah. But just on that
the first thing is like, how come nobody's upset? And I mean, she's not the first person to be spied on. Everybody tries to like record people without their notice, their permission or whatever. If somebody's fighting in public, yes, you're in public. Yes, you're doing these actions in public, but also you don't agree for people to pick up or record the private conversations, a private argument that you're having. Maybe you're getting in a fight with a friend, or your spouse, or something that can't be done at a different time. Like it has to be done at that time. And somebody's like, "Oh, let me pull my phone. Just gonna go viral, just for the sake of going viral." That's a horrible thing. Now, I think that's unfair. I think we should hold on to our privacy. As much as, yes, even though we're in a public forum, but like say for instance, at the Spurs game, you have to go to the men's room, right? There's troughs, there's no walls and stuff, but we're all understood. Hey, we're gonna respect our privacy here.
Yeah,
you know,
eyes on your own paper.
Eyes on your own paper. Eyes forward. If you do have to look, make it quick. Don't make a big deal about it. You know, like don't tweet about it. Don't fucking post about it. You know, but like there's a privacy thing to that thing.
Yeah.
I know those are vastly different things, but at the same time, we should still respect people's privacy, especially if it's a text message or anything like that. Now, if somebody's like scrolling in public, yes, I'm gonna see or look over or be nosy a little bit, but I'm gonna glance. I'm going to check out. I'm going to respect their privacy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pull up my phone to create a video to try to go viral, to try to make people upset about what's going on. Yeah. You have to respect people's privacy. That shouldn't have gone out, and it shouldn't have gotten the response. Like, people were more angry about what she was saying rather than the fact that was her privacy being like taken away.
I have a couple of different paths to go down. One, I'm going to throw out a theory. It wasn't real. Like the person texted the thing, but it was planned with the person behind them, because now you see, and I know somebody that does this.
That's an interesting thing.
They're a part of a troupe where they make videos that taps into like wild thing happens on plane, and they're all just paid actors.
Yeah.
That is a very simple thing.
That's not one theory I even went over, but that's a very real thing.
I mean, I know with some older people, they do have larger text, but you would have to glance, see that, look down, focus on it, get your phone out, record it. She's going to have to continue doing it. I'm like, we don't know who the person is. Like that conspiracy theory, whatever, but like it might not be real.
It might not be real.
The other thing that I go into, because I've gotten into online arguments with people about this, because similarly, what I hate seeing is when parents take footage of their kid crying and then post it. Like a lot, I'm into sports, so we're like, hey, just so you know, Micah Parsons just got traded. What? Yeah, he got traded. He's on a different team now, and the kid just starts breaking down, crying, and they're like, "Oh!" And they're
5
like
million
laughing.
views.
Yeah, they're laughing at their kid. I'm like, this kid is 6 years old. That's gonna be on the internet forever. Like, oh hey, remember when you cried your eyes out over football? Like, why are you doing that to your own kid just for internet clout? Like that, the same thing. And then this is because we do stand up. This might be controversial. People recording the crowd, I hate. because like there are sometimes people like I think it's Nate Jackson. You pay for VIP to get roasted. You know what it is. If you take clips for that, cool. But like somebody that's just randomly, it might be a first date. They're trying to have a good time, whatever. They go to a show. And then they sit down front because I want to be close to the show, whatever. Comic picks on them, records them, and now like, oh, first date gets ruined by comedian, big loser, whatever. And now that's just on the internet.
Yeah.
They're probably never going to talk to their date again. They're going to hate comedy forever. So you can get likes. I don't like that. If somebody goes in and if there is a section, they agree to it, whatever, cool. But just like a random person catching strays at a comedy show, that's why people are afraid to sit up front, which then comics are like, why doesn't anyone want to sit? Because the last guy was on a viral clip.
That is interesting, yeah.
I don't like that.
There are some comics, I don't want to name names. I mean, he's a big comic. He's a big crowd work. He's good at crowd work. He has signs that say,
yes,
by walking in, you agree.
Yep.
We will be filming. You agree.
Yeah.
You know, all this stuff. So
if you make
they're
it
aware.
known,
if you make it
cool.
known. But yeah, I've seen a lot of clips where I'm just like, I don't know if they had that permission for that.
Yeah.
Which is not fair. What I thought you were going to say is like, now we'll go into like what she was saying.
Yeah.
I like the whole the theory that it was fake. I do like that because it was possibly fake. Maybe they were both in cahoots. Let's go viral together. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Let's start a fucking hubbub about nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same thing. Like say an audience member was going to record a comic doing something. Now we release clips. We release clips, but we release them.
Yes.
We're picking and choosing
Yeah.
because there's some things that we say out of context.
Yep.
Or in the comedy club setting that are not the best things to say, you know.
Michael Richards?
It's a whole lot worse than Hispanics.
Yeah.
So and it's that like you can't post something that's not yours to post.
Yeah.
That's none of your business. And also going back to like spying on somebody's text message, you would be upset if somebody was recording your text messages.
For sure.
You know, that's not allowed. It doesn't matter what you're saying. In your friend groups, you will definitely say the most like out of line things.
Yeah.
Out of line things that you would never post online. And that's another thing. It wasn't. Had she posted that on Facebook or made that was a comment on like a post. Open season. Let's go after her, attacked her, like racist grandma and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But it went so far that even the Spurs made a comment about it. Like, we do not align with this type of idea, behavior, racism, whatever. Respect people's privacy. That's one thing. Now, what she was saying, crazy Hispanics. Crazy Hispanics. Are there not fucking crazy Hispanics at the Spurs game? They're called the fucking Jackals, dude. And being a crazy Hispanic at a Spurs game is not a bad thing. Had she said, like, look at all these wild beaners.
Oof.
You know?
Yeah, that would be that's a bad time.
Look at all these undocumented Mexicans. You know, bunch of illegals. Now, how she said that Hispanics is the respectable term for it's the ethnic term for the race or whatever. It's not even a race; it's an ethnicity.
Yeah.
So she was being respectful in that sense. Also, how can they afford it? I think the same thing too. How can they afford to be here? It's not cheap to go to a fucking Spurs game.
Yeah.
You know, I say the same thing. How can they afford to be here? All these crazy Hispanics.
Local comedian canceled on own podcast.
I said Hispanics, not you fucking broke ass, beaner ass bitches.
Oh, somehow that's gonna get attributed to me. No, I mean I say differently, but I'm like, how can anybody afford to be here? Like when you look at stuff like when the WWE came to San Antonio last Monday, and I look because my buddy's a huge Stone Cold fan, and it was 316 day, and so there were rumors he was going to be there. I'm like, hey, are you going to get tickets? And he was like, oh man, I forgot. I look, tickets are $850. I'm like, How can anybody afford this regardless of
regardless
race?
of race,
Yeah.
ethnicity. Yeah. How can these crazy people,
But-
crazy people afford it? Yeah, because that's a valid question. How
Yeah.
can they afford
Yeah.
to be here?
But also, what I will say is if you are in St. Anthony, Tejas, there are some Hispanic people here. That's just true.
I don't think she was complaining about how many Hispanics. Or she was just saying crazy Hispanics. In how I read it, I don't think she was being evil at all. I do not think she was being evil or racist.
Yeah.
If she wanted to be racist, she could have said a whole lot worse terms.
For sure.
But I go to Spurs games at least once a season because that's all I could afford. I go once,
Not to brag.
once a season, and they are crazy Hispanics. They're crazy fanatics. I mean, but that's the fun of it. It's fun to be crazy, and also people getting offended by being called crazy. You claim crazy when it benefits you or when it fits your humor.
Yeah.
I'm toxica, toxico, whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
like so you can't be mad when somebody calls you crazy when you display yourself as a crazy person, Hispanic, white, whatever.
Nobody makes fun of me. Only I make fun of me.
Exactly. Like, lighten up, dude.
Yeah.
I truly thought it was funny. How can they afford it? Hilarious. I really thought it was funny. I was not upset about her text message, her private text message to her friend, her son, or whatever it was. It was a private message, none of our business, but it's my business now, or it's our business now. Thank you, world.
Yeah.
But I was just like harmless, funny, if anything. Crazy Hispanics. Have you ever been to Fiesta? What do you think there are people there?
Totally normal, legitimate people. Just a normal event. No, I think it is cool though. She's already been announced. She's going to be on Kill Tony. So pretty great for her. This is she's
Guest
hard.
panel.
She's hard
She has to
launching her
text all
comedy career.
comments,
Yeah. So
Look at
great
this crazy
for her.
black guy. Oh no.
Yeah, she's only going to text in feedback.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, like, have we, because I looked at it, I was like, have we done an analysis of hands? Because do we know? As far as I know, we don't know who this person is. We don't know their ethnic background. This could be
She
a
could be
Hispanic
a
person.
light-skinned
This could-
Hispanic.
This could be an old white. I think that's what we're all assuming.
You want to
But
assume, and which makes you
that
just
this
as
is actually
bad as her.
Yep.
You
There's a
know?
lot because there are a lot of crazy whites out there.
What do they say? When you point fingers at somebody else, there's four fingers and a pinky.
You're pointing a gun at people right now. But it's like,
when you point fingers,
yeah.
yeah, dude. And I made a post about it, because you got to get clicks. And and people were like debating me about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like one guy said, "Why is she texting during the game? Shut the fuck up and watch the game." All right. So should that person do in the video.
Yeah.
Why were you recording the video of somebody texting during the game?
But also,
shut the fuck up and enjoy the game.
there's timeouts in between quarters, halftime.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not okay to text, but it's okay to read somebody else's text, take out your phone, record the person texting, and then post it.
Yeah.
Wild take.
Yeah, she was just sending jokes to her friends, man. Let people live. Dude, I'm not even going to deny it. I've said some of the worst things in group chats, on stage. Like, you do those things, but you don't, I mean, it's harmless. You can't, and people are going to take it out of context and make their own assumptions about it and stuff,
Yeah.
which, I mean, whatever. But, like, the fact that it blew up, 5 million views overnight, the Spurs made a response to it. They didn't even respond about the shooting that happened in the parking lot. The Spurs said nothing about that. Nothing.
Well, to be fair, murder is one thing, but texting somebody, that is a very...
This is serious.
I think what I will say, that's a wild thing that they feel like their potential revenue loss is greater because of that text than a shooting in the parking lot. Because that's the only time somebody responds. Like, it's what's going to happen to our revenue stream. Like, that's rough.
Yeah.
So I don't think that was a great look for them either.
It was so soft. Dude. If you're gonna make a stance on this and not like the other thing that happened. Oh wait, that guy survived though, right?
I'll be honest, I didn't even know there was one. This is
You didn't know there was a shooting?
And that's the difference in coverage. Like, I didn't know there was a shooting.
Wow,
But I
dude.
definitely knew about that because every single person was talking about it.
That is crazy. Yeah, not even a month ago, there was a shooting in,
Oh,
in
wow.
the parking lot at the end of the Spurs game. You know, but I think that guy survived. But yeah, nobody talked about that. That didn't go viral. Why? The fact that there was a person. I think in fact one of the Spurs Jackals stopped to render aid and made sure that the guy helped him until EMS was able to get to him and all that stuff. And that's a big story. How come that doesn't get pushed?
Yeah.
Like this racist grandma texting privately to her private friend, family member, whatever. Why is it just the negativity that flies and not the positive stories? Even
Like the positive story of someone getting shot.
but the positive, not okay. Getting
No, yeah,
shot's
like somebody
not good.
somebody that helped.
But the fact that somebody stopped to render aid to make sure that they held on until help was able to get to them.
Yeah.
And I think this is true. I believe he survived. I want to say that's
Here's
true.
hoping.
Here's hoping. But also, we should know
Yes.
more about that.
Yeah.
Did he survive? No, let's worry about this text message that is none of our fucking business to begin with. To get mad about this stuff, and it's so crazy. It's so crazy that people get like so mad about like, no, we need to like bring these racists to light. No, we let them be in the dark. Let them be in the dark. And also, they have not ideas, thoughts maybe, but are they really a racist? They're not actively like hurting anybody, maybe, I don't know. But like you can't just assume. I assume she's not a bad lady, bad person because she said Hispanic.
She's just super ignorant and doesn't understand the way the world works.
Using I mean, it's a valid question. How can they afford this? I can't afford it. I'm Hispanic. I'm not offended by it. But she said Hispanic. That's the most respectful way she could address.
No, I
these
get where you're coming from. I think so. I'm gonna slightly different because I feel like I know how you think about this. So the people that are like, hey, if your husband was on the flight from Dallas to Charlotte at 7:45 on Delta last night, just so you know, he was texting with Karen and then deleted a Snapchat after he landed. Just want you to know, like that kind of stuff. I'm assuming you hate like anything that involves me getting into your business when you didn't invite me there.
Yeah.
Should be off limits.
Yes, if you have nothing to do with this, it's not your thing to comment on or to put out there, especially because they were just doing it for clicks. I feel like they were just doing it for clicks.
Yeah,
just
because
like
they're
the
not,
worst thing.
They're not exposing anything. It's just like we don't know who the person is. You're not saving anybody from a crime or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was just like, look at this terrible person. Please like and subscribe.
Yeah, like did they have a conversation? They zoomed in. I'm assuming they were like right behind them because it looked like they were like kind of like far away. Again, I'm just going off of. I haven't seen the direct thing because they already have 5 million views. They don't need my view, and I don't want to support this in any way. I'm against this, even though I'm talking about it on my podcast. But like, okay, have a conversation with this lady.
Yeah, did they? Yeah, was there follow? Because that's the other thing that leads me to the. I feel like this could have been intentional. Like they were in it together because normally if you're going to post something online about a racist person, you're going to confront them and be like, hey, why are you texting that about crazy Hispanic people that can't afford anything? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, there will be some type of interaction, probably going to be loud and angry.
Yeah,
but the fact that we didn't see this, we didn't see the because normally when people do something like that, they're trying to expose something. All you did was we see a picture of a text. No face, no anything else, no follow-up, nothing. That's where it feels like, yeah, this served no purpose other than for you to get clicks. That's where I'm just like, it feels performative, and I feel like we're going to see a lot more of this in the near future where, like, I'm on a plane, and you do already see that, like, some people, like, I'm on a plane, and this guy sent this message about whatever, like, everything now is about clicks. By the way, Jeremy Be Funny on all social media platforms. Please check me out. Currently going through conspiracy theories around Selena Gomez. But I think everything is about like click on my stuff. I want internet clout. Like that's what everything is now.
Yeah, and what's so crazy is like, okay, even if this was a setup, even if this was a theory, somebody's gonna find out who this lady is.
Yeah.
They're gonna like, oh, I know that I saw him, I saw her, I know who that lady is, and what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
How are they gonna retaliate if they do retaliate? Vandalize her vehicle.
Yeah.
Put her in a dangerous predicament. Like how are somebody gonna respond to this? So that it's irresponsible for people to like build the rage up in people over this thing that, okay, again, maybe it was a setup, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was a real life thing that happened. In the case that it was a real life thing, somebody could, even though you just see the back of her head, somebody could realize like, oh, I remember seeing that woman.
Yes.
I parked right next to her. I know her.
This is what
side.
she drives. Yeah.
And it could become a dangerous thing, and then like. It could just like it'll just like fade away. You ruin this woman's life, possibly. I mean, she looks like she doesn't work. She's old as fuck, and so she's not gonna get fired. So you're not gonna ruin her career. She's good. Exactly. Okay, if they retire, let them be racist.
Okay.
Right?
That is a take.
Yeah. If you get Medicare
so you're saying like you've earned it?
You've earned
at that
it.
Point,
you've been here long enough.
When you're past consequences, just say whatever you want.
As long as you can't help somebody lose their job, let them be racist. What do they got to lose?
So you just got to shove it down till 70 and then do whatever you want. It's like
be a decent human being and wait till you're retired to say the N-word.
I'll be honest. I don't think I can say that even at 70. But it's like Nick Swartzen talked about how once you get to a certain age, commit every crime. Like, grandma died going 90 and she flipped her vet. Like, if you're old enough, rob every store, like that kind of thing. Like, at that point, it's whatever. But to your point about like the clicks and like why and everything, rage bait sells. Like that's what everything is. Like news, a lot of depending where you're watching, a lot of it is rage bait to the other side. Then you clip that, then you get engagement because angry people comment, and then people that agree with you fight the angry people, and they're just commenting and getting you more traction. And you're just like, cool, I just lit the fuse, walk away, and then wait for the pay.
Yeah, and. I went and I defended the lady. I posted something about defending the lady, a couple clips or whatever. But they're selling shirts about this. Crazy Hispanics.
Yeah.
They're selling Crazy Hispanic Spurs fan T-shirts. They're making long posts about this is San Antonio, predominantly Hispanic. Yeah. What do you think, lady?
The Jackals they printed stuff out and took pictures, and it's on like, the front page of everything. Yeah.
The Jackals, aka the fucking Crazy Hispanics. What did she say that was wrong, dude? She said,
I can't wait until they rebrand next season.
The Crazy Hispanic.
The San Antonio Crazy Hispanic fan section. Dude. We can afford tickets.
Yeah, yeah. How do you afford tickets?
Speaking of rage bait, we go to a Spurs game and ask people how they afford tickets next home game.
What do you do to afford these tickets?
Yeah, how do you afford these tickets?
How do you afford this lifestyle? But that was crazy. But I was more upset, like, take the context out of it, take what she was saying. Hispanics is a very respectful way to address the Browns.
My people?
But I was just so mad about the privacy thing of this lady being like exposed like that. And I've had some people say like, oh, well, you've shared screenshots of conversations. Yes, I have. Because they were attacking my integrity
Yeah.
as a comic, as a show booker.
Yeah.
And so
And you're involved in the conversation.
And I'm involved in the
You're
conversation.
50% of that conversation. You're not leaning over somebody to record this thing that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Like, I called it a gotcha moment, and then I've had reposted like, this is the kind of shit I got to deal with.
Yeah.
Not as a gotcha moment, but just like to realize. And I also want like, the person was trying to say that I only book female comics because I'm trying to hook up with them.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's a fucking bullshit thing, not just for me, but for anybody that books a female comic. That's an unfair thing to say just because you're jealous that you didn't get the booking.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's unfair to just to belittle somebody's a female comic's ability to get shows stage time without having to give anything up.
Yeah.
That's what I was upset about. That's what I was trying to expose. I was just like, this is bullshit. Because it's not the first time that somebody's told me that. Like, oh, you only book this female comic, female comic, because, you're trying to sleep with them.
You didn't set a trap. Like, they came at you, like, accusing you of stuff. It's not you're like, hey, I'm going to say this to get them to say this, then I'll post it and make them look bad. It was somebody attacked you, like, impugned your character, and also insulted the comic at the same time. So you're just saying, like, this is what happens after shows.
And I can only imagine if this person is telling this to me, what they say up to others about me and stuff.
Yeah.
So my point of that was like to put a stop to it. Like, this is not happening. Y'all need to knock it off. And this is why we don't have so many female comics in this scene, because they have to deal with this fucking harassment all the time. Everybody takes away any type of compliments, like, oh, you just got that because you're female, or oh, you just got that because they want to sleep with you, or you're trading sex for spots, or you're trading the idea of this for that. Like, it's just, you got to fucking knock it off. That's not fair, because I'm not saying that. What am I trying? We can't make it hard for the female comics to want to thrive in a male-dominated fucking art form. And not the art form. I'm just talking the local scene. I'm pretty sure there's female comics in other scenes that have, built. But as far as the San Antonio scene, there's so few, and then that we need more. And people dip in and out because they have to deal with that type of harassment on the fucking daily basis from insecure fucking men. Comics that aren't getting the opportunities of these people. Like, they're like, oh, if I'm not getting their opportunity, it's because they're sleeping with whoever the fuck. Knock that the fuck off. That's not fair, and that's not even the reality of the stuff. So yes, I've had shared DMs that I've received from other comics just to let you know that this is not what it's about. So as far as the privacy thing, whatever.
I think that's also like not and I think we might feel a little bit differently, and I'll be honest, I have to go back, look at the messages and context and all that good stuff with the Spurs game lady. I think assuming lady. I don't know if we even know if it is a lady or if it's a guy, whatever.
No, it's a lady.
Okay.
She had her nails done recently.
A guy
How
can't
can
get
you
his
afford
nails.
that?
A guy can't get his nails done. Okay.
I don't know.
But like that, it wasn't. You were being attacked. This other person was being attacked. And so if you're comfortable saying that to me, you should be able to stand on business and say that to everybody. So posting that, like, that's what it is. This person, I don't think they wanted everybody to see this. Man, as I'm saying this out loud, it's not great either way, but like they were not intending for that thing to get out. They weren't doing all of that. This person was just like, no, this is how I feel about you. Every show that you produce, every show this comic is on. So if that's how you really feel, like, cool. Do you still feel that way in the light of day? So I look at it a little bit differently. I don't think it was great what that person said. But I think it was in a different context. And maybe it was It was an ignorant, well-meaning question of how do they? You know what? I'm not doing well. How do they afford this? I need a side hustle.
Yeah.
What are the good financial tips on
Yeah,
how to
yeah.
afford Spurs tickets?
It was a valid question. How do they afford this?
It's just a
you ever think about that?
Yeah.
Maybe they're like, how do they what are their
This is the first time I've ever been to a game. Did you get a degree?
Yeah.
Are you door dashing? Is there a credit card with Spurs points?
Yeah.
How does this work?
Do you still do crypto? Is that
Is that
a thing?
Is that how
y'all,
is that?
y'all brown people do that?
We do.
But yeah, and then so many people came to not the defense, but to double down and attack this lady about her racist thoughts. It wasn't racist at all. She said it the nicest way possible, and also it was none of your business. I think people should be more upset at the invasion of privacy than anything, because if it was turned around and somebody was reading your text message, you'll be upset about that first, and then the context.
Like
if
you're getting in a fight with your spouse or something like that at a game, and you're just like, why right now? Well, because they're fighting with me right now.
Yeah.
And then people are like, look at this guy that's doing this. There was a very opposite. There was a guy, I want to say it maybe a Coldplay concert or something, but he was reviewing resumes during the concert, and then somebody took a picture of the guy's phone with the person whose resume he was looking at. The guy had 3,000 companies reach out to him like, hey, your resume looks super impressive. Come work for us. So it was the opposite of this guy's working while at a concert, but the guy he's researching is now blowing up because people are so excited for him. So I'm like, there are times where it can lead to positivity, but it's very rare. It's almost always, again, rage bait is everything. Hope Core, I want to say, I don't know. I'm saying Hope Core is a good thing. We're like, oh, this is a hopeful thing, but I am afraid Hope Core is actually some kind of niche porn or something, and people are like, this guy is telling us to go look at Hope Core. Hopefully it's the good kind. But no,
clear my schedule. I got to go home and Hope Core.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I think it is always cool to see that, and when the team manager has severe autism but has been a manager for all 4 years gets in the last game on senior night and makes a 3-pointer, I'll just start crying, and I'm like, but it feels like it's so much more rare than the thing of check out this racist idiot.
Dude.
That's just every day there's another example of that just starts a fight where there are probably people who are like, you know what, she's right. I don't, but not in the you're well-meaning way, but no, I don't like those people way. And so they're gonna fight with whatever, and that gets traction. But Hope Core guys, unless it's porn,
unless it's porn,
unless it's porn, and
Google it first.
Google it on your work laptop, send it to the company, and then figure out which one it is. But no, I do get where you're coming from, and I do hate it seems like, you remember when we were kids. And if somebody saw somebody doing something bad and they told the teacher, they're like, shut up, tattletale, you shouldn't be a tattletale. Now it's like,
and the tattletale was a bad person.
Yes,
nobody
wanted
to be a tattletale.
Now
nobody
the whole point is apparently to be a tattletale to get internet clout. That's wild to me. Hey, be in everybody else's business, record them, and make them the
Tell
thing.
on them, make yourself feel better.
Yes.
By the tattletale. Yeah, the whole tattletale thing,
Bro, I would be so famous if this was reversed 30 years ago. I would be the most famous person on earth. I was like, they are breaking all the rules right now. Come get them. If I had just done it with a cell phone and tweeted it, I would be rich right now.
Yeah.
So this is, that's the stance I'm taking now.
Yes.
I'm like, if we're bringing tattling back, everybody's on notice.
Yeah, make tattling bad again.
Or let it be known that we're in favor of tattling and I'm about to be rich.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck that. I'm going to tell on all you motherfuckers, too.
Let's go!
Yeah.
This is so
I'm recording
great.
every fucking text message. You better hide your phones. Hide your phones.
Yep.
Do not bring them out. I'm recording.
I am about to have 0 friends. This is going to be fantastic.
Shit, I don't have any friends now. Fuck it. I got nothing to lose.
Nothing changes now. I'm just going to make it public. This is fantastic.
Yeah. Hate me now, man. I'm going to fucking record all your text messages. Dude, I don't even know who that person was that recorded it, but
Well,
if
I'm
they can get
guessing you can look at their account. Like if you try and find the original of it, just be like, "Hey, you suck."
Yeah.
Just go record that person out. Follow them around with your cell phone on
I'm
all
coming
day.
for
Like,
you.
how's this
I'm
feel?
gonna take your phone.
They probably don't wash their hands before they make somebody's food.
No.
Record that.
You're a bad person. You tattletale motherfucker, dude. Stop tattletaling. Watch the game. Enjoy the Spurs. You crazy Hispanics. You fucking crazy Hispanics, dude. There's nothing wrong with being a crazy Hispanic.
That's like I think it's Aries Spears where he talks about like the difference in whether or not you get in trouble, because he was like this Asian motherfucker or this motherfucking Asian.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's where you put the thing, and that determines whether or not you're in trouble. So maybe think about where you're putting it when you say it.
Put the right emphasis on the right syllable.
Yes, correct.
Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Cool, man. I don't know if this is how you want to wrap it up. Wrap it now. Like, leave the racist grandma alone. She don't have much time. You know?
She's actually 33. White people don't age well. She has a lot of time left, you guys.
What if she claps back? I'm not a fucking grandma.
Like, I am 26 years old.
I don't do well in the sun. Like those fucking Hispanics.
We're not built for this.
We're not built for these, like those crazy Hispanics. How do they afford the sun? All right, man. Well, thanks for hanging out,
thanks
man.
for having me,
this
man.
was fun. Hopefully, this is gonna get you in trouble with not a racist.
Thank you.
Very
Yes,
good. Very
tell
good
everyone.
guy. You're one of the good Browns.
Yes.
All right, man. We'll see you later. Peace.